Participating in the tendering process is one of the main ways both small contractors and large corporations secure work. A tender is an invitation for suppliers to bid on a project, and if you want to win that project, you need to submit a compelling response that stands out from the competition. In this video, I'll share my tips on how to do just that, even if you are a complete beginner. Hey bidders, my name is Anita and I'm a bids specialist based in the UK. I help businesses grow and earn more by creating winning tender submissions. If you enjoyed this video, then let me know by giving it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more work-winning content. The first step in creating a winning tender response is to thoroughly read the tender documents. They will normally include a description and scope of the project so you can understand what the client is looking for. They may also provide information about the client themselves, their mission, goals, and values. The more information you have about the client, project, and stakeholders, the better. This will allow you to provide a bespoke proposal rather than a bland, generic offer. So make sure that you understand what client is looking for and tailor your response accordingly. Providing a bespoke offer is one of the best things you can do to write a winning tender. Conversely, copy-pasting generic text from your company website that doesn't address the client or project's requirements is one of the easiest ways to lose points and miss your next tender opportunity. So address each requirement in the document and provide clear evidence that you can meet those requirements. More about how to use evidence in bids in future videos. Whilst addressing clients' and projects' requirements is critical to creating an attractive proposal, you also need to stick to the tender instructions, which you can often easily find just by searching your tender document for the term instructions. These might range from the font you use, page and word limits, to rules on cross-referencing and how to include commitments in your tender. There will also be instructions on how to submit your tender in print, electronically, via email, or a tender portal. Once you've understood what the project and the client are all about and you know how to submit your tender back to the client, it's time to gather a team of experts who can help you develop a winning response. Most bids will be a collaborative effort. Depending on the project, you may need to involve specialists in fields like engineering, finance, or community engagement. You don't have to be an expert on everything. I have spent years creating successful tenders for large construction companies, but I'm not an engineer and I had never worked on site. However, I am great at asking the right questions and translating complex ideas into simple language. This allows me to download the knowledge from subject matter experts to answer tender questions on everything from innovation to tunnel boring machines. So whether you are a bid writer or a bid manager, make sure that you involve the team around you in the creation of your tender submission. Assign roles to each team member and make sure everyone is clear on the project timeline. To make your response creation easier, arrange an answer planning meeting with your team. You can find out more about answer planning meetings and the benefits of them in this video, so go and watch that next. Think of the tendering process like a job application, except for a project or a framework. Your goal should be to convince the client that you are the best company for the job. So once you've gathered your team, start drafting your response and be sure to highlight your company's strengths and capabilities. Also, explain how you plan to meet the client's needs. Use clear language and avoid industry jargon or technical terms that the client may not understand. Be specific. Make sure you articulate the benefits of your solutions and products, and above all, make sure you answer the question. Again, I've got a separate video about why answering bid questions is not so easy and why it's critical to your success, so check it out after watching this video if you want to know more. After you've drafted your response, it's important to review it. Have a team member proofread the document to catch any errors or inconsistencies and ask them to give you feedback on whether you've answered the question and how to improve your answer if needed. Make sure your response is well organized and easy to read with clear headings and subheadings. And finally, submit on time. All tenders will have a deadline to submit your responses by, and often it's a non-negotiable date, especially if it's a public tender. This means that if you submit 5 minutes past the deadline, your tender might be disqualified, wasting all your efforts. Although there are exceptions and it's not uncommon for the client to amend the deadline or grant extensions at the bidder's request. However, always be on the safe side and give yourself plenty of time to submit before the tender is due. To recap, there is a tested process to create a winning tender proposal. Always make sure to read the tender document and follow tender instructions before you gather a team of experts and draft responses tailored to the project. To top things off, review your submission and submit on time to maximize your chances of winning the project. Let me know in the comments what are your best tips for creating winning tenders. And if you need a bid specialist to help you create your next bid submission, then drop me an email. I've got a couple of other videos that I mentioned earlier here where I explain how to make sure you're answering tender questions and explain the benefits of answer planning meetings. If you want to check them out, click or tap screen now. Keep winning, and I'll see you in my next video.